Go ahead and call the budget committee meeting to order. And we do have a quorum, right?
We do.
Okay. The floor is open for public comment, if there is any. Okay, if not, we'll proceed. Do have minutes for November the 10th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes, or any questions or concerns? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Finance report, we just got the books closed from the trustees, so we haven't finished getting everything in, but we do have the fund balance report through November in there for you to look at. And from there, we just go on the budget amendments unless there's something else we need to do. All right. The first one just came through Public Works on the 4th. There's a long list of stuff that's being done here, requesting funds for election commission work behind the building, the ag extension building expansion, maintenance shop for the jail, WEMA training center re-roof, painting the interior offices at the courthouse, painting the booking floor at the jail building, sales and shower repairs, WEMA Station 3 sewer connections for manhole, WEMA Station 10 fire hydrant, and then switch out in the electrical vault for Station 3 and 10. All coming out of capital projects.
I went ahead and prepared the resolution from your meeting the other night. It will have that 3-page handout that the county mayor distributed of all the things y'all done and paid for. Some of them are still in progress and have gotta be paid for, and then this list minus the paving at the
It was 130,000 that we took off.
130,000.
Got it.
I'll attach it with this so that you can see that, but it's pretty good information.
This.
I know Aaron put it together for me.
Yes.
I gave the mayor credit, but I know Aaron gave it, put it together.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Is there any questions or concerns? All in favor say aye.
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 Second one's for the county clerk, the page behind it, for the 23 fiscal year, there was a new reserve account created that we were just made aware of by the county clerk. So basically, for receiving and forwarding to the division, each application for certificate of title, the sum of $8.50 will be given to the county clerk, provided that $3 of the fee must be earmarked for the provision of services directly related to titling and registration, and must not revert to the county general fund at the end of the budget year if unexpended. So this is to set up the balance in the new reserve account.
Motion approved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Go, say that again right there at the end. It will not go back to general fund?
Cannot revert to the general fund. That's why we set up all those reserve accounts that you see in the fund balance report.
Okay.
Those are things that can't revert back into unassigned fund balance.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
I don't know if we have somebody from WEMA here tonight, but I'll do my best, and Lauren can help me too, I'm sure. But WEMA is looking at a payroll system, because Skyward is having trouble dealing with people who are doing 24-hour shifts, or when people cross over midnight. So they are looking at a payroll system that would integrate with Skyward, but in order for it to do so, we're gonna have to pay them.
Bam.
Yeah,
2,500, right?
yeah.
Motion to
Does this have to
approve.
go through committee? Mike?
I thought
On
it
the
did
dollar
go
amount.
through. We had an EMA committee meeting,
Do
did
you
it?
have an EMA
Do we
committee?
have,
Pardon?
Jerry, do you have an EMA committee this month?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that we took this, I don't remember if we took it there or not, I just don't
I
remember.
wasn't there. There's 3 or 4 coming out of there,
Yeah,
because that was a pretty, no, that was the sheriff's department.
That's
That was in
large.
charge.
yeah,
I don't remember, I'm sorry.
I don't remember. Yeah, We can try to, we can approve it pending, EMA, and we'll change the
Why would it
department.
have to go to, why would it have to go to Wayman?
Well, the deal is that we were gonna pay, we were gonna pay for it out of finance, so I guess it's finance, but it's hard to get a finance committee meeting together, you know, so.
I mean, if it's through payroll, that would be finance, I don't know if it need to go through EMA for sure.
Yeah, yeah, cause we're paying for it out of our budget.
It was something I think that
It says finance.
Brian came up with to integrate into the system to correct the.
That's right.
It's the integrated into the Ops 360 system that we're using for scheduling and clocking in and out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That may have been in the minutes, Dan.
I think it was all included in the last one, it's just
Okay.
part of that.
Is there a motion to
Yeah,
approve?
second.
Diane moved it.
Motion.
Second, you said.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
You are in support of this, right, Aaron?
I am.
Aye.
Thank you to told us.
That's why
I
I
just wanna
asked.
make sure we did proper steps on that for committee or not.
The next one, back in 2016, when we had the resolution that tied county commissioners to the elected official schedule, and so that every year they increase as the state says this is how much, you know, the percentage that elected officials are getting. The road commission did not, has never adjusted the pay for the road commissioners in accordance. Their private act basically says that, you know, the road commissioners will receive the same thing that the county commissioners receive. That has not been done. So this does two things. One is it takes care of the back pay that was owed to the people who served and were not paid the appropriate amount. And the second thing it does, it makes correction on some pay for 4 mechanics who were classified incorrectly in the pay study. So that's what this one does.
And it goes back to 16 there?
It goes back to,
18.
well,
I thought it was 18.
July 1 of,
18,
okay, that resolution I thought passed in July of
15 or 16.
15. So, I don't know how far she's taking it back to 18, but I think it actually passed in, for the 16 fiscal year. I think it was July 15, which was the 2016 fiscal
You're
year.
right. That means we gotta pay Jones.
I'm guessing that it may have been passed then, but not effective until the new term.
I think so.
And there was an election in 2018, 18, 22, 20, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just guessing that.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask that, if we
Think
can
you're
throw the number
right.
off. If we,
Yeah, we gotta pay
Yeah,
Jones.
I don't think you could raise the salaries during a term. I think it's one you had to raise prospectively, yeah. If I'm wrong, just never mind.
We'll beat you. Motion to approve.
second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
I need to abstain.
Any opposed? Okay. One opposed. I mean, one
Yeah.
abstain.
You still got,
Wants to go down
you
this
got a
road.
majority vote.
Yes.
Before we go to the reason for this particular budget amendment, I know this is causing a lot of people confusion. When you're doing a budget amendment and you see increase, people look down at the bottom on this one and they see 28,660, and what we're really doing is we're making an amendment for 14,330, but we're increasing revenue and increasing expenditures. And we do it this way basically because if you do debits and credits, in the past, I'm going back several years now, when we first adopted Skyward, we were used to these budget amendments balancing. If you put 14,330 on one side, you put 14,330 on the other. Well, what happened was we wound up reducing revenue when we should have increased it. Of course, audit figured that out and rightfully took exception, and so we said, okay, we know how we'll fix this. We'll do increase, decrease. But it seems to be causing so much confusion that I would actually like your input as to whether or not you'd like me to go back to the other way, because it seems to cause an awful lot of confusion for people.
It certainly does.
So let's just take it back the other way if that is the will of this committee. It'll be this way for this time, but then we'll take it back the way it was.
I would be much in favor of it myself.
Anybody else?
No,
no,
I mean, it doesn't-
As long as you can keep it straight, I don't care.
yeah. Well, I get asked about it a lot.
Yeah, I know you do.
I get asked about it a lot.
You have to stop and explain almost every time.
I don't mind. I don't mind, but again, part of my job is to be as clear and transparent with everybody as I can be, and I don't want, you know, it's confusing people, so that tells me I might need to go in a different direction if everybody's getting confused.
Yeah,
Aaron, I understand the total, you're increasing the grants, so that's increasing the money you're getting in.
Yes,
And you're increasing the cost of the expenditures.
correct.
They're both increases, correct?
That is correct, sir.
I think it's perfectly clear.
Okay.
Anybody else?
But it's a wash.
I think it's clear.
Yeah,
It's a wash.
It is, but when we, again, a budget amendment doesn't have to balance, unlike a journal entry. A journal entry has to balance, a budget amendment doesn't. So, when you start going, when you're an accountant and you go into a system and you're used to going, okay, I'm gonna debit this, I'm gonna credit that, you stop paying attention to, whether you're increasing or decreasing something. You just go, okay, well, I debited this, I must be supposed to credit that. Well, if credit that makes it go in the wrong direction, that's not what you were supposed to do. That's why we went to this format, to just
Well, I
double
understand,
ensure that that didn't.
but I don't have an accounting degree, but they did teach me to add some track.
Yes.
I went through high school in Wilson County.
Yes.
And they didn't teach me this.
Yes, absolutely.
the top
Took some
part,
used
the
to it.
top part makes sense. It's that 28,000 at
Exactly.
the bottom that throws
Exactly.
people.
Yes. Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
leave that off.
Okay. In the,
That's actually what I've done with ours,
is it?
is
Yeah.
leave the total off, that way it's not as confusing.
Okay. Well, we want what we need to do is we need to find a way to hide the total, because sometimes, like in this, well,
I don't know
no.
if that's a good line.
Right.
In this case, what I'm saying, we want it there, because it shows that debits and credits equal, because in this case, they should.
hide is never a good word.
Hide is never a good word. Hide is never,
Clarify.
hide is never a good word,
The
but
term you'll use is clarify.
Yeah,
I want it there for my purposes, but if they don't wanna see it,
Hide it.
have it.
Lauren,
When schools changed the format for theirs, what we ended up doing, or what we requested from the education side, was that they label a revenue account just revenue. So if maybe you could do the same thing, so just put in, you know, other state grants, parentheses, revenue, and that way it would highlight that it's a revenue account,
I can do that.
and it made it easier.
I can do that. I don't wanna take any more time. I just wanted to, if everybody was sort of on the same page, this needs to change back like it was. I just wanted to let you know I'm willing to do that, so. But what's going on here, obviously, is the sheriff's department has a training grant, and it'll be used, obviously, for in-service staff development.
Motion to approve.
Second.
and we have a motion and a second to approve. Any questions, concerns? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed?
The sheriff's department's also asking for money for overtime. If I recall right, Chief Deputy Howell said, you know, they're down a little bit. For a while, they were fully staffed in the jail. They're down a little bit, so they've had some more overtime in the jail, which is what's led to them asking for some additional overtime money.
Motion approved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Approval of a grant for archives, no match on this grant.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Tom Brashear has got a copier lease in there for the building inspector's office that he's requesting. He did get quotes. This is the one that he has selected. The other information is behind there.
Xerox?
Mm-hmm.
Need a motion to approve?
We'll get a no vote this month.
Yep.
We will. Motion.
Is there time for discussion?
Sure. We gotta get a second.
Like, same comment, just know what you're getting.
We
There
have a
goes your
motion.
record.
Is there a second?
Second.
Who made the motion? Well, that was Gavin. I'm sorry.
We do have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Likewise for the clerk and master, you have a copy release.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And finally, some surplus property for the Expo Center.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I'm not surprised.
We have a motion and a second for surplus. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, school board.
We received a grant from Publix for school supplies and school student needs. So we're recording the revenue and the related expense. And then we had designated money in our fund balance at the end of the year to purchase Chromebooks. So we're moving that money over from designated fund balance to equipment to purchase those books.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, is there any new business? Any old business?
Motion adjourned.
Is there a second?
Second. Let's go.
Thank you.